Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I'm presenting some more Summer League playoff action as I'm going to be taking on Aqualizard in a series here in the losers bracket. So I haven't posted it yet, and I hope to post it soon, but I did have a series with Coach. I got past him 4-1, and I'm planning on doing something a little bit different with that series. So if this one goes up before that, there's a reason why. It's because I'm doing something a little bit different with that one. With this one, I'm kind of going back to what I did before, but I'm probably going to talk a little bit less, as this situation right here that I'm in against Aqualizard is probably going to require a lot of focus, as his team is pretty heavily stacked, especially in comparison to my more moderately skilled team. So I'm probably going to be a little bit more quiet, but I'll still try and delve into all the details that I can and provide some insight on what's going on the ice to the best of my ability, as I certainly don't want to skimp on that if possible. So, looking into this matchup, I did not play Aqualizard during the season. We did not cross paths, unfortunately. So I have no insight on this matchup currently, as to what happened previously and how I'm adjusting for this. There just wasn't anything to go off of. So I actually don't really have much history against Aqualizard. Period. I believe I've only played him a couple times, maybe 3. He did bring in Ulf Samuelson, so that's definitely not good for my lineup. If he can CB check, I'm in a lot of trouble with his back line, as his defensemen are certainly a lot more stout than my forwards. I may have to bring in Probert, but I'd really like to avoid doing that, as he's kind of a liability with the puck. So yeah, like I said, I'm really in over my head with this matchup. He's got Yzerman, he's got Robitaille. Those are some really good players to have. They're tough in any matchup, but in this one, it's going to be, yeah, kind of like that. Where just a little simple shot just kind of plunks off my goalie, and then Yzerman cleans up the trash. So this is not what I wanted. I wanted to kind of get out in front on Aqualizard, make him feel the pressure, because quite frankly, the pressure is pretty much all on me. This is his kind of situation or his chance to really shine in this series. Score a nice big upset if possible. But I'm going to do my best to limit him and shut down any notions that he has. I wanted to really get ahead and just kind of break his will, but it's clearly going to be a lot tougher than that. And I've had a couple nice one-timers there, but with Goulet's lack of shot power, they're not exactly prime situations for him to flourish. So hopefully with the power play, I can find a little bit more premium ice for my players. And that's just a quick one-timer. I had a couple chances to just knock the puck off the stick with contact, and my guys were just completely unable to do it. So that's a really bad goal to give up. Definitely not happy with that. It's not the power play I wanted. See if I can get an opportunity here. I really need a chance to just kind of bring this back to 1 goal if possible before the end of the period, and that's not a good one-time opportunity. But got his goalie down, and he screened him a little bit with his own player, so did get that goal after kind of a sloppy one-timer there. I think that's a really big goal to get. Just keep this game close. I don't want him to play with any sort of confidence if I can help it. Letting him get up 3 or 4 goals will definitely give him a lot of confidence, not just in this game, but I think moving forward. So I really want to nip this in the bud and not let him get too much confidence, get rolling too well with his team, because there are obviously the more superiorly skilled team, so I need to keep him in check as best as possible. And just picked up a nice loose puck there, and Goulet was sitting in the middle of the ice all by himself. I didn't really take any vision on my part to find him. He was just there clear as day. So this is a nice change from the first period, where I was really not looking good. Just need to maintain puck possession and keep keep the chances flowing. And right there, I knew Terreri, he's a very light goalie. He only weighs 156 pounds or 164 or something like that. So I knew if I just kept pushing him into his net, there was a chance that I could get a little a goal there based off of that. So, and I was right. Wow, that's very lucky getting somehow through that screen to make that second save. I mean, that first save, I knew he wanted to go short side just the way he was skating. Damn, couldn't find the tic-tac-toe pass there. That'd have been really nice. He's not taking control of his manual goalie. With Terreri, I would have expected him to be more of a manual goalie user, but he's not showing it yet, at the very least. So I'm just going to keep assuming he's going to let his AI goalie be the main strategy. I'm just going to try and juke AI goalie until he shows me something different, because right now he's not. Almost just scored on myself there, reminiscent of a series a play I had against Ice Storm. If you had happened to see that footage, that's some really good gameplay, me versus Ice Storm. Ooh, just barely broke up that pass. That could have been another easy one-timer. Big save there by Rindeau. Managed to cover my far post. Luckily, he didn't react fast enough. And just a good rebound there off of a slap shot. I saw Berezan just parked there, and there wasn't really a defender in the way. So even with Goulet's lackluster passing, I just wanted to find the open man, and it worked out. So this has been a really nice period. Big turnaround. This is the kind of period I wanted to have in the first, to be honest. And he's just not taking the manual fast enough, so I'm just going to abuse it as much as possible. This was the first period I wanted to have. I wanted to get out way ahead if possible, even though I don't really know his strategy or his technique at all. I usually kind of just lay in the weeds if I don't know a guy very well, especially in the first period or two of a long series. But this is kind of a different situation. I really want to set the tempo. I really want to make him feel like he's just outclassed despite the roster disparity. And I kind of want to suck the will out of him just from the get-go. Because if he's thinking negative thoughts, that's only going to help me close this gap even more. And there he finally gets a goalie switch just in time to shut down the float chance. And I knew that one-timer was coming because I could see he's been doing a lot of one-timers, and I could just see the guy coming from to the slot. So I just picked up my goalie early and played the percentages on that one. I gotta get back. Look, that kicked off his skate. Yeah, those home run passes to Yzerman are going to be a concern for me all series long, because Yzerman's much faster than anybody I have on my back line, and he can just run roughshod if I let him get those easy passes. So I need to be cognizant of getting a third forward back, one who's mobile like Berezan. He's going to be my main defensive force in this series. And there I just kind of outweighted him. Again, I knew that one-timer was coming, so I just played the percentages until he shows me something different. Now I'm kind of exposed here. I got a defenseman way up ice, but he kind of hung by the boards just enough for me to take advantage of that. And I actually like Gilchrist in that matchup against Samuelson. I mean, yeah, Samuelson can CB check me, but I'm not seeing any big CB checks quite yet. And Gilchrist can just do a weight bug check on Samuelson to help neutralize him. So Aqualizard doesn't react fast enough, I can hurt him pretty bad in that situation. So it's just in a matchup like this where a team is clearly outmatched, it's about finding these little things that you can take advantage of, where you can win a battle, and it's just knowing that who you can weight bug check with who, and making sure they're in that area the most amount of time as possible. So that's why I have Gilchrist on the left wing. I'm not trying to get creative and bring in somebody else or put him on the right for a certain situation. Like, I can just leave him in his natural position because that's where he's going to work best against Samuelson currently, as long as he keeps going into the game. And there's myself scoring on me again. So that seems to be a recurring theme in these videos. I always find a way to score on myself. Need to really just cut that out. But he does have Adam Burt on the bench, and that is his default starter. So if he continues to put Samuelson out, I'll keep Gilchrist over on the left without a second thought, regardless of what his ratings might be, because he can be really cold in some games I've seen. If he goes to Burt, I might go to Casper, because Casper can weight bug check Burt. And that might be my best bet in that situation. So he's showing you the stats. I'm trying to remember how to do save states. I think I finally did. I didn't get a chance to see the stats, but the goals were what I wanted, and the result is what I wanted. So I want to get out to a quick start with this matchup. Just if I can get up 2 games as best, and hopefully split on the road. I don't need to do anything crazy, provided I win these 2 games, and that's definitely the goal. And Casper doesn't look very good at all anyways. Even if he does put in Burt, I might be more apt to put in Probert to just CB check, because Casper, yeah, he doesn't look good, and he's going Samuelson, so this is perfect. It's kind of what I wanted. Either way, he's going to have superior defensemen to my forwards, but if I can find a little advantage somewhere and keep my best player on the ice, or best players, then I'm going to be really happy with those developments. So again, I just want to try and get out to a kick start, and just can't commit turnovers like that. That's item number 1. I want to get out to a quick start and put pressure on him, because if the pressure's on me, he's got the team to lock me down. If the pressure's on him, it makes him make mistakes, ideally. And again, no manual goalie. I knew I could just abuse Terrari there, because I had a pretty good angle, and there wasn't really a defenseman there to cut me down, thankfully. Berezan has very low stick handling, so if anybody just kind of looks at him funny, he's apt to give up the puck. But if he has that much space, he's pretty dangerous. And fuck, there's a biffed one-timer. It's not good. And I couldn't really do anything with my defenseman in that situation because of the breakaway I just gave up. I don't want to commit a penalty to give a penalty shot, but may as well have, if I was going to play the situation like that. I didn't really use my manual goalie to mitigate anything he had there, and he took advantage. And that'd have been nice to get the loose puck there to shove that in short side, but hopefully this penalty, or this power play for me, will go better than the one in game 1 that I had. That one was just really poor. And see if I can create some space here, because he's got this covered pretty well. Another biffed one-timer. It's a couple goals that could have been right there. Just cut that down, put 3 men in the slot. One of them is bound to pick it off. And there's his, okay, so if he has a lot of time to react to it, it looks like he does want to take some manual goalie. But if he doesn't have a lot of time, I can try and take advantage of that. So that's the read I'm going with for the moment. Ooh, he almost slipped that in regardless. And that's a power play I'm going to give up. Okay, so it's just my other defenseman. I kind of lose my CB checking now because I have Bergevin coming in. He's not a good CB checker at all. So I have to be more positional with him. And I also lose Berezan, unfortunately, in this setup. But I still have Gilchrist, who's a good playmaker, or good enough. Ooh, that was almost a loose puck I could have taken advantage of. Alright. They'll never expect this. Oh! Just too slow. If I had one more second, that would have been a beaut. He certainly wasn't expecting. I think he knew I wanted to give it up, and I did. To my center, obviously. He's a much better scorer and skater. But playing me that tight, I didn't really have an option. Alright, so this is not a good offensive player. Let's see if I can find somebody. Not a good situation there. One time, he gets over on the manual. And he gets the bailout by the defense. It's a good manual. So he's starting to adjust a little bit more now. I can see. Ooh, I thought he had him screened. Another bailout by a player. He's getting a lot of bailouts here. on some empty net chances. Definitely getting every chance I could ever hope for. Just not potting any of them. That's a bad situation to be in. Odeline on the right wing, he's just a liability. Straight up. He's a much better defenseman. Had a feeling because my whole defense was committing to one player, so I tried to just anticipate the read he made. Really committing on the forecheck. Okay, that's a big steal. That could have been really ugly. I had both men committed. I need to find an outlet real bad. Okay, there we go. Finally found it. And that's not good. Even though it's just for the period. Finally, I get my best player back on the ice. Berezan. This has been a long stretch without my best player. How's Probert looking? Is he looking like anybody? No. I guess I'll go Casper. He looks a little bit better shot accuracy-wise, so if he does get that opportunity, hopefully he'll pot it. But, I mean, I'm just more than happy to get Berezan on the ice. I mean, that was a long time without him. Way too long. And this game's probably really close. Partly because of that. That's a big, big save. It's frustrating. Thought I had a pretty good chance there. But Terreri, up to the challenge. That's just beautiful. I got a little over-aggressive with my defenseman, trying to make a play because I wanted to get, odd man rush with his forwards already committed. And then the Yzerman screen just kind of pushed my goalie out of the way. So, bad period. Didn't have my best player on the ice, couldn't take advantage of any situation scoring-wise that I may have had. And this is not where I wanted to be, clearly. Wow. I don't know how much shot power he even got on that, but Rindu really just let one by that I'm not at all happy with. Even for a lower rated goalie, that's not one that really should be even threatening to score. So now we're definitely in a hole. He's not CV checking, so I don't need to respect it. But I need to respect that. That's just... Yeah, it's a guy making a nice pass right through my guy, which does happen occasionally, and I need to account for that, especially in a matchup like this where he's got some really nicely skilled players with some really high-end stats. And Rindu just kind of lost his way on that when he got lost on the post and faded away, so this is clearly out of hand now. Just some bad luck, losing my best player for essentially a third of the game, letting in some really goals that I cannot be at all happy with. So I really need to reevaluate what's going on here, and the offense is kind of dried up. I'm not even producing chances really at this point, and that's really worrisome. And yeah, I noticed I forgot Gilchrist, but he wasn't going to save this period the way it's going. And it's completely lost. And just need to find a way. I'd like a goal just for... Jeez, I can't even find a short goal pass. Yeah, this was just all sorts of bad in the third period. Ew. Definitely whenever I am not happy at all. That really frustrates me. So go 1-1 back to LA. I need to remember to save. Okay, good, I remembered. So I'm gonna want more than just to split at his place. I'm gonna want to win both games. So I'll be back with those 2 games coming up, and I hope you join me for those. All right, bye.